I just feel like it was not great for my hair. I'm definitely not doing that again. Hello everybody, and welcome to a styling experiment video. As you can see, my hair is in this braid out that I just threw back into a low pony, and I have these bangs in the front that I have just been loving. I have an elaborate style in mind that I would like to do in a couple weeks for a special occasion. And one of the ways that I make sure that I know the style is going to come out all right is by trying a version of it ahead of time. Since this hair is about a week old and does need to be washed, I figured I would try it before I go ahead and reset my hair for the week. My plan is to do braids on stretched hair, but use some mousse to reset the braids as well as elongate them a little bit, because if I just dampen my hair and then try to braid it, they will shrink up, which would work fine with the style, but isn't quite what I'm aiming for. But perhaps if I do it on stretched hair, it'll dry fairly quickly, especially if I'm using the setting lotion, and in this case I'm going to be using the Crazy Sexy Curl by The Dew, and see what happens. Now, the Crazy Sexy Curl by The Dew is one of two setting lotions that I have. The one setting lotion that I have is starting to get a bit old, and it's not working as well anymore, makes my hair feel gritty when I use it. So I decided I was going to try the other one that I have and see if I like it or not. I have had very mixed results with this setting foam, so I figured this would be the perfect time to see if it works, and if it does, I can continue using it, and if it doesn't, I will just go ahead and invest in a new setting foam that I do like. Of course, I had to start by parting out my hair. This was very difficult on dry hair, and I may have broken a few strands by mistake as I was trying to go through and separate the strands out. But eventually I got through it, and then I was ready to go ahead and apply the mousse and start braiding. The instructions do say to use it on damp hair, and I can see why, because as soon as it starts to dry, it becomes extremely sticky, and I believe that does have to do with the honey part of the formulation, but it's not a great feel, and it's not great in the hair, so we will see how it turns out when I unbraid it. But it did make the braids super smooth, so that's a benefit. Everything right now is just a little experiment to see what will happen. This is the amount of shed hair I got during this procedure. Like I said, some of this may be a few of those hairs that I think they broke a little bit, but overall not too bad, and that'll help so when I come to wash it, I'm not going to have so much tangling. It's the next day. My hair is fully dry, and now it is time to take it out of these braids and see what it feels like. Right now, my initial impressions is that it's super crunchy, which is to be expected because the Crazy Sexy Curl is more of a gel type product, and it is not quite the same as a setting lotion. But like I said, I'm running low on the setting lotion and it's not really being as effective. So if this turns out the way that I want it to, then I don't have to go and buy more setting lotion, but if it doesn't, then I will have to do that. And that's why I'm doing this experiment. So let me unbraid this here and see how it turns out. Looks pretty shiny to me. Overall, it does feel a little dry, but not overly dry, which is good. Let me keep going here. I honestly think this is not a bad result at all for hair that I definitely did not detangle before I put it in these braids. Remember, I did start with stretched hair and not any kind of like super wet hair, which again made it very difficult to part, which means I don't think I would do this again on dry hair if I haven't parted it out first. What I would do is when my hair is wet, part it the way I want to, and then go ahead and dry it either with the towel or with the Rev Air to get at least some of the dampness out before I go in with the setting foam, because it was not fun. And I still keep replaying in my mind how it felt and what I was hearing when I was trying to part the hair that was dry. I just feel like it was not great for my hair. I'm definitely not doing that again. That was tight. I didn't realize how tight I had made that. So that's another con, is when you use this product, it makes the braids feel very, very tight. And sleeping with it, there was a couple areas that felt like they were tugging and pulling. Didn't like that. Overall, it's not as dry as it felt when it was actually in the braids. There's definitely some life to it here. If I just kind of go ahead and gently separate where it wants to separate, it's not too dry, which I'm happy about. Of course, I'm not wearing this as an actual braid out, but yeah, it's not too bad. This one has already just started to separate, so we might as well. But definitely working on stretched hair here has given me a more elongated pattern, which is kind of what I was going for. Let me undo my twists as well because I have to wash them. So a great way to undo them is you just find the spot here, hold at the bottom so it doesn't get too tangled, and boom, they're out. And that is a really quick way to undo your twists. Sometimes you have to be careful. I do like to borrow hair and I have to stop if I find a spot where I borrowed hair and just kind of work around it. But it's definitely much quicker than trying to undo your twists from the bottom up. See, this one I probably borrowed hair somewhere. This is another reason I don't like to keep twists in for too long, because the loose hairs and the shed hairs start wrapping around each other, and that's a perfect way to start locks if that's what you're into, but I am not, so After a week, they've got to come down. Then as you can see, it all just kind of blends together. So here it is from the front. Sure, it's flat at the back. Separate some more. And there you have it. This is a really nice braid out, I will say. I think the pattern came out really nice. I don't like how dry it felt when it was in the braids, and I don't like how sticky it was installing it. Like this, I used my combination of my gel and the twisting butter, and they are still soft and holding their shape even after I got them totally wet the other day in the shower. So that is my go-to for mini twists, anything that's small. It just makes my hair feel amazing. This is how I expect my hair to feel all the time. And this is a different feeling. This is not super dry. It doesn't feel like when I have a gel on it, but it's not bouncy like this. I would say overall, this was a good experiment for me to figure out exactly how I want to style my hair for, like I said, my costume style that's coming up. I'm super excited about this one. I still have a few more accessories that I've ordered that are on the way to complete the look, but it will look really cool once I start putting it all together. But I will let you know in my next video what styling foam I actually ended up using. After I washed my hair, I did go ahead and throw some braids in it. These are also a test to see how my hair was going to look with the style that I wanted, as well as testing out some of the different products since I really didn't love the Crazy Sexy Curl. I've also been experimenting with some new hair accessories that I want to add to the final look. I'm really liking how everything is coming together so far, and I'm really excited to show you what it will all look like when I put it together. See y'all next time.